going to be going over some Masterduel. I've been playing this game for a little bit. I know I haven't uploaded that Appliancer match a little while ago. If you guys checked it out, this is kind of a follow up to it. And what I really liked about the deck, let's start off with that. One of my favorite decks in the V-Reigns animes. Robobi used it, and he was really cool. How I say that dude was awesome with it, and the whole concept of it being appliances, and they have effects of being co-linked and non-co-linked, which really helps a lot. It can flood the board a little bit, but the effect of not being able to use them again once they first linked off can be a little tricky. So without further ado, let's get into this. So to start off, we have appliance, well, not appliance, but basically running the hand traps. We're running 2 effect mailer. If I had 3, I would run it. I don't have 3. This is being an ultra rare. I need to craft more materials, but we're running 2 effect mailers because effects really hurt this deck. This deck can not recover so well if they get destroyed. They have options of it, but not really. So 2 effect mailer is kind of my must pick right now, so I'm able to craft much better negate stuff. I would say also I have Saga Rocket, 2 Ash. If I had another one, I would definitely have 3. The reason why I want these negates specifically because they don't summon themselves onto the field. The thing about appliances is you need to use appliance or monsters in order to actually link summon them. This they're all level 1s, and these are effect value level 1. You can actually do some stuff with that too. With the Ash, I don't need to actually summon it to the field to activate its effect. I can just send it to the graveyard and have appliances go about doing their effects. Now, when it comes to the appliancer engine themselves, I'll run 3 appliancer sock control. Sock control is very good. It has an effect when it's special summon. You have another appliancer monster on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if there's another sock control that is special summoned to the field, or when it's special summoned to the field, you can special summon another sock control from your deck. It's really cool because it actually floods the field and gets you access to any link 1 you want, and also combo into the link 2 Cellphon. So that works deck too. We have the other appliancer. We have Break-It Bundle. Break-It Bundle is really good because it's a 3rd appliancer in a deck and has a quick effect of when I have an appliancer monster that will be destroyed by battle. For that battle will not be destroyed or cannot be destroyed. Also, I'll take no battle damage that turn. It helps with the link monsters. And if the appliancer monster will be destroyed by card effects, I can banish this card instead. It only works on 1 appliancer monster, I believe, or because I've been in situations where I got Lightning Storm or something, and it just completely wipes out my board, even if I have Break-It Bundle on the field. But it's still a good card to basically hold down your appliancers. And if it's destroyed by battle, you can use it, and if it's destroyed by card effect, you can use it. So keep that into the deck at 3. Because there's only 6. There's only 3 appliancer monsters themselves. And Sock Control, not Sock Control, Kami Bunkle card. You would use this in combination of Troll or Summon, which this would be counted as another Sock Control. You can use this effect to pop off another Sock Control from your deck. So definitely good for copy. And also, this is a good special summon if you even have Break-It Bunkle into the field, because you can special summon off of it. Codebreaker 0 Day. Codebreaker engine I put in here because I see people use it as kind of the extended play to combo with the whole cold link mechanic into the deck. Since the Codebreakers get effects off being cold link, and actually you can special summon this up very fast if I actually have it. And you don't even need to have it in your hand because it's easily searchable by link monsters. But it's basically all the monsters. I run 3 of each of the appliancers, 2 different hand traps, Ash and Effect Veiler. When I run Maxine into the deck, I only have 1, and I've been trying just testing out. Sometimes when I draw a Maxine or when I have it, I would even get to pop it off because effects don't. people either see it and stop, or I have it as the only card monster in my hand and I can't do nothing with it. So then we're running Raigeki. Raigeki is a staple for me. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Easily explained. We have the combo extender Monster Reborn. Can't stuff it goes. I run 1 Machine Duplication because I've seen myself running 2, and I just brick with it all the time. Machine Duplication bricks for me a lot because if I have any monsters with the hand traps or something, I seem this to not draw a combo piece for it. So I keep it at 1. I might bump it at 2 and take out something else into the deck, but we'll see how it goes. I run 1 Pot of Avarice, not the one of the best pots, but since I want to actually keep on recycling some of my appliances just so little into the deck, I want to actually put them back into the deck from the graveyard, and never hurts to draw 2 cards basically off that. Where Art Thou is another combo piece. When I have a level 1 monster, I can add another level 1 from my deck to my hand. Although the fact that if you don't normal summon that monster that you added, you take 2,000 damage. It might be something I can take out for a machine duplication. I've been thinking about it because I don't have 1-for-1. I just been able to craft Wear Out Thou, but I'll keep it into the deck. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Another card I have is the Lightning Storm. Very good versatile card if you have it going first or second and you need to clear the board. Sometimes I brick with it though because I have the field spell on the field and you need to control no cards in order to use this effect. So definitely something every deck could use, whether it works with their appliances or not. It's kind of random for me. Moving on to that, we have basically all 3 of the Appliancer spell cards. Let me link you guys to over here. We have Appliancer Reuse. It's basically another monster reborn into the deck. Special summon it onto the field. I'm going to Appliancer monster on the graveyard, special summon it, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. It basically reuses it, and if you use it for a link monster, just come back to it and stuff like that. Another monster reborn extended combo. A lot of people actually want to run one of this card, Appliancer Test. So basically, I only use this card when I have the Link 2 Appliancer, the cell phone. Because drawing it sometimes, I can be like, damn, I can't really use this card if I only have like one Link 1 on the field. But basically, this card, it targets an appliance or Link monster you control. Especially summon as many Link 1 Appliancer monsters from the graveyard as possible to your zone that the monster points to, which you'll be pointing to the bottom corner of the left and the bottom and the straight bottom of the cell phone. I'll show you what that is in a second. And you can use that and special summon them from the graveyard and then, banish them during the end phase. But if you use them as link materials for other Appliancer monsters that don't get banished, that's why I like that. I keep it at 2 because sometimes I do need another one just in case first one gets negated or I'm in a situation where I can use it basically. And this is the field spell, kind of the go-to for me because I really like adding an Appliancer from my deck to the hand. And also being able to switch the zones into the Appliancers, whether to get them off of the colding system or to put them into the colding system, which can which make them get different effects, basically. Something like that. I run it at 3 because it really needs it. When you see it, you see it. And when you don't, you don't. When you don't see it, you kind of want it. But when you do see it, okay, I got this card and I can do some stuff with it. MST as my spell and trap removal. I have 3. I didn't put 3 into the deck. Spell trap removal is still very good because people run hella spells and traps now, like Sky Strikers, even though they don't affect them. But Eldritch definitely, because those spells and traps on their deck get annoying, really annoying. Book of Moon, that's another simple staple I added to the deck. Surprisingly, it actually pops off when a monster's trying to do like some crazy effects and you just flip it face down and it just doesn't work. I love this card for that, and I'll probably just keep it at 1. Called by the Grave. I wouldn't run it at 2 because I only have 1, I believe, but I would run that 2 if you had it, because the thought of Max C, the thought of Ashes, those cards just tear this deck apart. When you need to special summon monsters in order to give your opponent the advantage of drawing, you don't want that. You don't want that at all. So I keep 1 to Call by the Grave. Appliance Conversion. Some people run that run, some people run that 2, some people run that 3. I ran that 3 when I first made the deck, and I had fun with it, but realizing that a lot of times, if my Appliancer monsters effects were negated, or I never could get more than 1 Appliancer on the field, the card could be a dead hand. Although you can, what's okay with this card, if you can like switch the order of the Appliances, especially of Propeller and Vacuum, because they can attack directly, which can put in a lot of damage. I have 6 of them. I don't need 6 of them, but open up packs of them, and being able to switch the places is a good thing. And basically the effect is I will banish the link monsters I have in the main monster zone, and special summon that many banished monsters up to the number of the cards banished by the effect, basically. And then it also has a returning effect when during my end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, special turn it was sent there, I can banish 1 appliance or spell or trap card from my graveyard, which there is no appliance or trap card, I don't believe, into the game, so I don't know why it has that effect. But basically I would banish one of my reuses or like conversion or something like that in order to bring it back and do the whole like loop thing again. I want 1 Mirror Force. Mirror Force is a very versatile card that can splash any deck. It's a basic staple into it. Universe Adapter. This card has surprisingly won me some games. Like This card basically is like the target one face-up monster your opponent controls. The attack of all monsters currently on the field become equal to that monster's current attack. If you realize, if I show you guys like when I get to the bottom of the link cards, a lot of appliance monsters do not have a lot of attack. And having that extra boost of copying someone that's like a high attack monster and attacking through it, that can win you some games. They honestly can. My other card, trap card I had is Bye Bye Damage. Bye Bye Damage has actually got me a draw. I didn't record a match with my friend Primo, and he OTK'd me. Well, not OTK, but he basically just killed my monster over it. And since we both took damage off of it, we basically had a draw for this. But this card basically, I might run this at 3 because the people will attack over your link monsters with it. The link monster has so low damage. Whatever damage you would take from the battle, they will take double. And surprisingly, if it's a high attack like 4,000 or something, that's 8,000 damage off the bat. I would have it at 1 right now. If I can make the materials for it, I would definitely have it at 3. That's for like a joke. But I like this card a lot. Bye Bye Damage is a really cool card. Next, I have 2 more of the other stables. I have Solemn Judgment. I don't have enough materials to craft it again, but having 1 at negating a very opportune card negate when an opponent's trying to do something crazy and you just negate that one sweet card, it can come in handy. Next for stable, we have Solemn Warning. If I had more of this card, I would definitely run it too. But the Solemn cards are very strong since this game only has like one match, one set into it, and being able to negate opponent's summon or spell card that will start summon a monster, a lot of cards do in this game, really helps. I want a 2 to call the Haunch just to bring some monsters back. It's another like summoning thing. If I get something to reuse some link monsters or even reuse some appliances, just so little monsters in the deck for it. Very good stable. And then moving on to my link monsters, I run 1 Appliancer Kappa Scale. Kappa Scale can be very good, but seeing as the effect is if it's co-linked, I put some Appliancer Link monster from my graveyard. It's a Appliancer Kappa Scale. The non-co-linked effect, well, especially some of the regular appliance monster, I use that for socket troll because with socket troll I can just reuse some stuff, and even if copiers in the graveyard, I can definitely kind of regate the special summon effect. I run it at 1 because it has 0 attack. It has 0 attack into it, but the co-linked and non-co-linked effect it's very good for this one. So keep it at 1. You can bump it up again if you want, but I keep it at 1. Next, we have 2 Vacuum. He has 2 effects, just like similar to all the other appliances, where his non-co-linked effect, I can send a card from my hand to my graveyard and target 1 card my opponent controls and destroy it. This can get rid of spells and monsters or anything you need pesky you in the field that you need to get rid of. It targets those, so if a card says you can't target, it cannot be destroyed by targeting a card face. You can't really use the effect. His other effect, when it is co-linked, I can select a card or target a card in the main monster zone, my opponent's main monster zone, and destroy it. Which comes in handy because he really needs to get rid of some cards the opponent controls. And I like Elephant. He only has 1,000 attack, but another special thing about him is he can attack opponents directly. So if you're able to boost them up or something, he can put in some damage. Next, I have my other favorite card, Laundry Dragon. Laundry Dragon is very cool. Neither player takes battle damage from attacks involving this card. And his co-link effect is once per turn, if an opponent's monster battles, basically Laundry Dragon, I can banish that card, or I can banish that opponent's monster basically. It doesn't destroy it, just straight up banishes it. And then once per turn, if it's not co-link, I can destroy that opponent's monster, and whatever the original attack damage of the monster that is destroyed by its effect, your opponent takes that as life point damage. So really cool. I run it at 3 because you should be surprised. People just run into it, don't even read the effect, and they be like, "Oh damn, I just lost 3,000 something life points." So I like Laundry Dragon. We have 2 of my Appliancer Dryer Drake. Basically, Dryer Drake is if it's co-link, it gets 1,000 attack, and during the battle damage, if it's co-link, I can switch the location or positions of 2 appliances monster or main monster zone, including this card. And if I do, the other monster that was like switched from this effect gets to make a second attack. So you can do it on your turn. You can do it on the opponent's turn too. Well, I believe so. I most likely just do it on your turn actually. His non-code linked effect, however, is if he's attacked, he gets to negate the attack that basically negates the monster attack that attacked him. So it basically stops one attack. I wish it was like this in general is the battle phase, but that'd be too broken. That would definitely be too broken. Moving on to one of my favorite ones, Appliances Propeller. I might add this 3 and take out maybe a Laundry Dragon or something, but until that happens, I have 2 propellers. Propeller is like my go-to on this deck, where if it's code link and I attack an opponent's monster, it makes the opponent's monster go to attack 0, and a propeller that's taxed over it with 1,200. And his non-code linked effect is basically the same thing, actually, which is really cool. Not because it's a quick effect. You can make that card. You can make that opponent's monster attack 0. So I like that a lot. And if you end up switching the positions of Appliancer Propeller, you can actually just use the effect twice when you bring them back with like the spell card conversion. I like that a lot. Propeller is actually one of my go-tos into the deck. This is the Code Breaker engine I run into the deck that gives me access to a rank, or not rank 4, I keep saying rank, to a link 4 monster. Basically, when this card is special summon and it's code linked, I special summon Code Breaker 0 day from the hand, deck, or graveyard to any link zone that monster points to. And like during the end phase, this card is in your graveyard, but because it was destroyed by your opponent's possession, while in your possession, I mean, by your opponent's card effect. Since the graveyard this turn, you special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So I use that as a combo to bring out my Code Breaker from my monster zone, and then I will show you guys the other Code Breaker. Code Breaker Virus Breaker. But basically, if this card is code, I can special summon the Code Breaker monster from my graveyard or hand to a monster link zone points to, which I will just special summon it to Code Breaker's Virus Berserker's link zone in order to bring right back my Code Breaker Virus source to special summon the other Code Breaker. It's an easy link 3, link 2 to a special summon monster mechanic, which I use that for my Boros Soul Dragon. I know there's wait, God damn it. I use that for my Boros Soul Dragon, Boros Sword Dragon. Has won me a couple games actually with him, but surprisingly, I don't go into him that much because I usually just really rely on my Appliancer deck to help me win. I have Appliancer Sultiple. This card has some long text, but this is basically the go-to when you want to do the Code Breaker link play, or if you want to do your Appliancer link play, you would need this boss monster into the top link zone in order to activate this so everything's code link. But basically, I'm going to go over his effect. This card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects or their monster effects during the damage calculation, or monster attacks. So basically, when it's code linked, you don't have that. It can be protected in this way. And if an Appliance link monster you control code link to this card battles an opponent's monster, your battling monster gains attack equal to the number of monsters code linked to this card times 1,000. So you basically have 2 code link monsters into it, and it will gain 2,000 attack, which Propeller his attack will go 3,200, and your monster that you attack with Propeller goes straight to 0. So you can do some quick damage like that. I would usually combo Vacuum and Propeller together so they can have their effects pop off, or Laundry Dragon. That way, even if you were like attack into a monster, you do a whole banish effect, which helps a lot. His other effect is if you once per turn for the Appliance link monster you control that is not code linked to this card is stored by battle card effect. I get to draw a card, so you can recycle some stuff like that. The Appliances are not very like a high tier deck or something like that, you could say, but it's a very cool deck. The concept is cool, and it takes people off. It gets people off guard basically of how much you can pop off into it. Their downside is they can't really recycle themselves as much as other decks when they get destroyed, and they have very limited protection. So basically, I like to run a lot of traps or something that can protect them a little bit. There are other cards into the deck until I can crowd them. This is kind of my go-to right now. And I want to show you guys kind of like a match I had recently. Got to show off some of my Appliance combos. It's going to be sped up after the end of this video. Well, it's going to be at the end of this video. So after this part, I see. But this is my Appliance deck. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys like the video that's coming up soon for showing off what the deck can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the video, as I will be posting more Yugioh decks content into the my channel. But basically, enjoy the duel coming up, and see you guys next time. Ace out.